welcome to the Everyday Vegan Show. My name is Allie and I'm an everyday vegan. On this channel, I'll be showing you how to prepare animal-free but everyday foods. I'm no chef, so there will be nothing complicated or super fancy here, and I don't claim that any of the recipes are healthy, but good. So if you like to cook, or you want to start cooking more and also interested in learning how to cook vegan food, then I invite you to stick around. Today, we'll be making chicken fried tofu and waffles. This is my take on a Southern classic that's savory, crunchy, sweet, and just all around satisfying. If you like what you see, please like the video and leave a comment.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Here are the ingredients. I like to use a super firm tofu. It just gives the texture that I like without having to press the tofu first. So we will start with a teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and parsley, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, a tablespoon of nutritional yeast, and a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. I have a combination of a tablespoon of all-purpose flour and a tablespoon of cornstarch for my breading mixture. For the waffle batter, we'll be using 2 cups of all-purpose flour sifted. We're going to use 1.5 cups of full-fat coconut milk with 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar or lemon juice, whatever you want to use to make that buttermilk mixture. Also, we need a tablespoon of baking powder, a tablespoon of brown sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a 1/4 cup of coconut oil melted. You can also use melted vegan butter here, but for this recipe with the coconut milk, I wanted to use coconut oil. So that's what we're actually going to do first is make the buttermilk. So here is the 1.5 cups of coconut milk. And then I'm just going to add in the 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar and give it a whisk and let that sit to the side and do what it's going to do while I get the other ingredients together. So the flour has already been sifted. I'm a big flour sifter. I believe it just makes your baked goods and everything more fluffy. So we're going to toss in the baking powder and the salt. Okay, you're going to just fold that together. Just make sure it's well incorporated. Now we're going to throw in the brown sugar. I really like the brown sugar in this recipe because it sweetens the waffle up just enough. But I do like to go ahead and try to get that as mixed throughout the mixture as possible, just so that we have that nice sweetness through and through. Next, we'll toss in the melted coconut oil and the buttermilk mixture and the vanilla. We're just going to fold everything together. And this is not going to be a smooth mixture. It's going to be very bumpy and dense. And that's the way we want it. So just until it's not so, powdery with the flour anymore is how long we're going to mix this together for. So you can kind of see what the texture is going to be like. I often will put the batter in the fridge while I'm working on the tofu to let it get more dense. So this is our block of super firm tofu. So we're going to cut these into kind of long triangles since we'll be simulating kind of like a chicken tender. I like to have the same size. Kind of short ways into little strips, whatever thickness you like. side, and then I just cut them long ways from corner to corner to make the triangle. And this is like what you end up with. So I'm gonna just show you kind of like the thickness. Like for me, this is perfect. Not too thick, not too thin. I can bite it. Yum 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 yum. And it's not too crispy, but it's not also not too fat. I'm gonna go ahead and add the seasoning to the tofu and then give it a good shake. And you can see here the tofu is all covered with those yummy, yummy seasonings. It smells so good. Next, we'll just go ahead and throw the mustard on it. And it's kind of hard to kind of incorporate the mustard on. I just use my hands to kind of slather it all over. And then we'll toss on the flour and cornstarch mixture, give that a toss, and get everything good and coated, and it'll be ready for the oil. So this is what the tofu looks like after I toss it with the breading mixture. And the reason why I call out the measurements is because I don't like to have a lot of flour and cornstarch left over. So to me, this was the perfect amount for like that size of tofu block. All right. So I have already preheated my waffle maker. I think I got this at like Target or something. It's got this cool little like indicator light that turns green when the waffle is ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and just open it up. I like to spray it with a little bit of cooking oil to ensure that it won't stick. And then I do half a cup of batter dolloped right in the middle of the waffle maker. Please feel free to use more batter. And this won't even like make the full circle, but I just feel like it's a good size waffle. So that's just my recommendation. And you can close it down right on top of the lump. So the little noise went off saying it was done, but still a little light for me. So I closed the lid back on it to make it get a little darker. All right, this is the color that I like to see. So this is ready to go ahead and come out. And because we sprayed it with oil, they should come out pretty easily. This for me made 5 waffles with the half a cup of batter and the amount that we made. So next, you want to go ahead and preheat your oil. I don't really have a degree for you, but just until the oil's good and hot. Sometimes I'll test it with just like a piece of tofu, and if it starts to sizzle, I'll know it's hot enough. So just drop the tofu in and let it cook. Generally, this is about 4 to 7 minutes, depending on how dark or how crispy you like your tofu to cook, and also how high your heat is on. Um, and I also look for the tofu to float, similar to like frying chicken. It's not that different. Fun fact, I've actually never fried chicken, not like on the bone. All right. And this is what it'll look like. So golden brown, you can see the seasoning. It's crispy, it's crunchy. It's gonna be perfect. All right. So you can put your tofu directly on the waffles, put it on the side. I like mine right on top so I can have all those flavors mixed together. Of course, you can top it with whatever you want. I'm using maple syrup here. I will also add some red pepper flakes and parsley. And this is our final product. So we have our fried tofu on our Belgian like waffles, 100% animal free, 100% satisfying. Thank you so much again for tuning in today. And again, if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe and also like the video and comment. Thank you so much and have a great day.